Hello, and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Cassingham. Today we're going back into Final Fantasy XIV. We're in patch 6.4 now, which is the Dark Throne. Just did one of the craziest dungeons and runs ever. I almost soloed, the last 30% of each of the second boss and the final boss of that dungeon. Fucking crazy. Actually real exciting, but I was like, fun crazy. But anyway, now we're going to continue to the next part, so let's get going. Like fear to flame, it is time to proceed to the next stage of your plan. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilzabard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy unto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Whee! Fly in bed. Ooh. Trying to get in bed with Lucia. Shield, allow me to personally thank you for the assistance during the recent Void Scent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great importance. Who's got their snow gear on? I think my gear's pretty snowy friendly. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. 'Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Anima. Final Fantasy X? Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his void-sent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relieve personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Void Scent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who's freezing in the cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity, of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alice with the reports they have established with the Garlean people. I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Oranger, might I ask you to remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I am glad to see you, Shield. Vertra, how do you say his name? Vertra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilzabrad contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They are at a station called Senatus, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Afinode, if I may drag you along? Tertium, we leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Soleus, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. Oh wow, there's a lot of people. Malleus. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Contemplative citizen. The Tower of Babel? But what's it got to do with Voidsent? I can't say I understand. Still, you people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. There you go. A worthy follower. Papaya? Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but should the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Oh, it's racist. Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions. Cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Damn. They're gonna starve you. Fretting lady. 5-5. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Oh, right there. Serious lad. No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. So aggressive. Oh. Is there a warp crystal? Nope. Shucks. Is it this way? Nope. Not that way. Flying out of here. Magic bed. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Voice acting? Ah! Shield. May I present to you Lord Gnaeus and Matthias, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject to the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilzabard contingent. I see Alfanad and Alize have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. Doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemalds of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to no one. Shit. Negotiate, complete. Okay. The fallen empire, jealous, is eager to get out of the cold. Me too. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alize to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Gnaeus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilzabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well. But know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should you judge your actions to be inappropriate. Should they judge your actions to be inappropriate? If it's settled, then you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. Way over there. No flight, no teleport. Oh. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that the outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Enter. Yeah. Let's fucking go. Come on, Primus. Primus Madonnas. Oh, wow. I'm in. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilzabrow contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. Is it through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good? Start with pile of crates. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilzabrow contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. Pelagaya. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I hear that. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of it, at any rate, I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Got the blind soldier trust? Okay. Barrel of ceruleum. You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades use to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Centeus is unclear. Sub-Zero. Marcus. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Voice acting, come on! Nope. Voice acting. Nope. Finished during the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Stuff, things. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question! Euless. What's going on? Euless. We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Aye, mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant throughout Rigo Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies there, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on the matter. Rampant? Oh no. Those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not that if that is the case, but the fact remains, we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous. But they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. Oh, my neck. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement. Of course! Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Maxima. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radzat Han and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. They have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilzabrad contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. 'Tis no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzat Han abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We will provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Radzat Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and your ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. You mean me? Your Excellency, thank you for the careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radzat Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. It's the political shit, man. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lords Gnaeus and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. I too shall hie me? A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Oh! Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Ratzadhan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers. And the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. Tis true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to produce such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor, were a proud patriot, yet you now entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? This dude's so flashy. Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You're a traitor, Gnaeus, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senetus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Got the prick. Lord Metius, wait, it isn't safe out there. Complete the fallen empire. Jealous. Bonds of trust. Concern is right plain on Jealous's face. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care, while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Metius is bound for Senetus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissimia. Oh my god. I pray he has not come to any harm. Where am I? Oh, way over there. Oh, I can't teleport. Ah, over there. Damn it. Flying bed. Ah. Woo! Like a boss? What is that? Nah. Please, I raid dungeons. That was pathetic. That was pathetic. I'm alive. Saved you, bitch. I mean, Master, whatever your name is. Oh, everybody coming up.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Voice acting. Nah, fuck him. He's a dick.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
Yeah, fuck him. Just let him die.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye, so long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
Oh, almost cut it off. I got please in there. It was good. Got a little antsy.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me?
I ain't even making this hard. Convinced them super quick.
Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Oh, this is too easy. Should have made more of a fight. Your douchebaggery could have gone further. I am
Ulysses,
disappointed.
Wait. I'd like a word.
Why do you do things?
With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
Zero sees through all.
So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now, perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer and nothing more. I continued fighting alone, but ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do?
She's going
How
through
do I
it.
answer it?
She's getting them feelings right now. However you like. With a handshake, perhaps. I kind of like this one.
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Oh, she got me feeling emotional. Aw. She's having her growth moment. Thinking back to Xenos. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to Julius. Right, then I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Yeah, let's give me money. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. And Gnaeus, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that, when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people of Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials normally keep to themselves, and Senatus are here. Ahem, my friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all of this joyful occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Radzat Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals here access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzat Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Radzat Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that, through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald, and they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals and as a nation with something of value to offer to others, this validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of the partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else to the end, and then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission to the void. As ever, I am in your debt. I want that hat. So cool. You are good friends. Aww! Friendship! Alright. That's far enough for this video, so we'll continue the Dark Throne patch 6.4 in the next video, and we'll get through all the quests, so as always, thank you for watching, and have a good day.